Monday night, we saw the Broncos and the 49ers get together in Denver for the last game of week 2 of the preseason. It was the first game from Jimmy Garoppolo since he tore his ACL week 3 against the Chiefs last season. And what you need to know this morning is that Jimmy G did not look good in limited work. 1 for 6, 0 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, a 0.0 passer rating. He was on the field, Chris, for 3 series, 10 snaps. It did not go well for Jimmy Garoppolo last night. Not as badly as it did last week when he threw interceptions on 5 straight throws at a training camp practice. But still, this, with everyone watching, primetime Monday night, Chris, not good.
No, not good. I mean, had a ball drop that was probably going to be a pick-6 interception there that we just showed on the highlight. Got a little unlucky with 2 tip passes at the line of scrimmage. But regardless, hey, he was uncomfortable. You could tell that. He did not look like himself in the game. And to be expected, this is a guy that has not played a lot of football and really has had the last year off and is just getting back into the flow of things. So am I concerned yet? Am I going, oh no, what about Jimmy G? Is this going to work? No, I'm not there yet. I'd like to let him play another game and get his feet underneath him. But it was still enough to go, wow. I mean, you just don't expect to see that out of an NFL starting quarterback or out of a guy who's making $27.5 million. The first interception, Mike, I mean, who was he throwing to? Do you know? I'm not sure if he was throwing to the inside guy, the outside guy, but it just tells me that his eyes and his brain was everywhere while he was playing.
And look, we just take for granted that a quarterback who shows some degree of skill at some point early in his career is always going to play well, but It's a fragile process.
It is.
And your confidence can get shattered. And whether it's the injury and worrying about the knee, whether it's what happened in practice last week when he threw those 5 interceptions on consecutive plays, you've got to get him back to a point where he's got that confidence, where he's got that vision, where it all kind of hits in that sweet spot where he can go out and perform. And as of right now and again, he was only on the field for 3 series, 10 snaps. Yeah. But still, as of right now, work needs to be done to get him in the right mindset for week 1, or it could be a horrible showing from Garoppolo and the 49ers to start the season.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, he's one of the biggest question marks in the NFL and certainly one of the biggest question marks on the San Francisco 49ers football team. They have a lot of things going in the right direction. You know, I think if you're looking at it as a guy who evaluates football like you and I do, you go, okay, offensive line pretty good. Defensive line pretty good, especially if they're healthy. You know, getting Quan Alexander a linebacker. They got some new receivers. They got some new running backs. Everything looks like it's on the up and up in San Francisco, along with it being Lynch and Shanahan's 3rd year. But we don't know what Jimmy Garoppolo is yet to this point. And this is the first time he's really had to face adversity in his career. And yes, it was a bad week altogether, whether it's the interceptions in practice and this. I think it does show that he's in a little funk. And Mike, you made a great point. I mean, it's fragile sometimes. You can be healthy and never be injured and go through some fragile moments mentally as a quarterback where you just go, man, our offense doesn't have the mojo. I'm not seeing the field good. The ball's not coming out of my hand well, let alone if you're worried about your front leg, which was an ACL tear and all those things. And I think you're right. He's kind of got to build himself back up, and Kyle Shanahan's going to have to build his confidence back up till he gets that Jimmy GQ swagger again.
And to the extent that there's any merit to the notion of the hair of the dog that bit you, he gets to go back to Arrowhead Stadium, site of that torn ACL, for his next preseason game. Great opportunity to exercise a demon,
That's right.
Or it's going to continue the spiral. Before we move on, though, let's hear directly from Jimmy Garoppolo with his reaction to his performance in his first game back since tearing the ACL.
It's something that I haven't done in a year, obviously, so, got to knock the rust off and everything. And, thankfully we have a short week this week so we could bounce back quickly. But, yeah, it's, the first step of getting back into it. Obviously a little frustrated, but that's the NFL. It's unfortunately we don't get to play the whole game right now. So, it's you only get so many plays. You wish you could be out there for more so you could bounce back and everything. But, it's, it is what it is, the preseason right now. So just got to take it in stride.
Yeah, I guess some 49ers fans would say, fortunately, he didn't play the whole game last night. But there is some merit to the idea. Plenty of guys start a game rough, and then it it comes later, and
right.
you work the rust off, and you work out the kinks, and
yes.
you have a better performance as the game unfolds.
That's right. And the one thing I'll say, even though he didn't look real comfortable playing, he's not on the sidelines like with bad body language or there. He carries himself the right way, which is encouraging to me too. And one other little point I think that's worth making about this. When you practice against a team all week, right? Just like the 49ers and Broncos did joint practices. You run all these plays. Denver's defense gets to see all these plays. You also got to be careful. Sometimes the defense has seen so much of your plays and you've seen so much of them that it comes to the game. And maybe Vic Fangio changed some things that he had done all week just to throw some curveballs. And, those are little things that can trick an offense, trick Shanahan, trick Garoppolo, because you go, oh, they played this coverage all week when we did this. We'll just continue to do this. And Vic Fangio, of course, the night before maybe goes, hey, I want to change it. We showed this all week, and now I'm going to blitz out of this formation. And that can lead to some rough times, too. I just thought that was worth bringing up.
And again, we're 4 days away from Jimmy Garoppolo's next opportunity to continue his preparation toward Week 1 of the regular season.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.